feel free to like close the call whenever you like feel that's like, okay, I'm done. I need to go because I have something. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey everyone.
There.
So today we are here with Sofia Gonzalez. As usual, let me just ping her here, and I'm gonna pin myself as well. Just a second for everyone, and let me pin myself too. Okay. Okay. Good. So, can you guys hear me? Good. So please let's welcome Sofia Gonzalez. Sofia, this is how it works here. So this is the community. We have like some people. We never know how many are going to join. Sometimes it's like 10, sometimes it's like 90. We never know. So, um, and as I said, like that's a very collaborative call. And I always start like just bringing some questions to you, like some very common questions. And we always ask the same questions because to everyone who comes here as you, just because this, like some people they have like different approaches to the very same questions. So that's very good to have like your view about how things work. So please, I would ask you to introduce yourself to the community because that's how we do here. The uh, people who come is always like invited to introduce themselves.
Okay. Thank you, Gabe. First of all, to invite me to this conversation with this community. Thank you so much for that. And well, about me, as you mentioned, I'm Sofia. I am recruiter. I have been working in this field for the last 4 years, mostly with the U.S. market. I'm a psychologist as well. That was my main field at the beginning, and I turned to recruiter. This is my passion now. So, well, I'm here. So that's me.
Ni-
I think.
Yeah, nice. That's really cool. So yeah, so I'm gonna ask you some very classical questions we always ask to recruiters here. And that's just because what I said, like people like recruiters, they respond different to the same question. And we as a community who like to apply to some jobs abroad, we just want to know like what is the perception on the side of the recruiter and how people so how like we are supposed to behave in certain places. So the first classical question I would ask you is like, what make a Brazilian or a South American or a Latin America candidate a good candidate? Why do we have special? So what is the secret sauce we have that people are getting getting us as very good candidates for American companies? And by the way,
Mhm.
just a note, feel free to be like 100% frank and honest with us. We don't care about like people telling us the truth. So that's very cool and very welcome. So this is the first question.
Okay, perfect. Well, short answer. It's the we're cheaper than other countries. Short answer,
Mhm.
but not the best. I think the large answer or best answer. I think we are workaholic as the same way that maybe American are. They have a particular way to work, and we understand very well they manner to work, or we have a very good understanding to adapt ourselves to they ways. I think that it's pretty valuable for us. I don't know if you see the same, or if a common answer between
Yeah,
people.
that's exactly what most people who come here like. answer us with. Like, of course, the pricing on their end, like the cost that we have on their end, like is completely different than like hiring a Native American person. So that's what we expect to be. But of course, like we want like to always get the best salary as we can, like, and also compared to the rates we have in our
Mhm.
country, we always want to increase that because uh that's the meaning. I think we have like to aim for an American company, right? Like to get to work in a currency that's like more valuable than ours. So
Yeah.
um
But
go ahead.
let me interrupt you with this. But the world has so many countries that are cheaper than Americans, and maybe we have one advantage that it's the time zone. We are so or any maybe any profile that we have. All Latin America have a good quality of people working very well.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why, but people have this perception of, so why are they gonna hire Brazilians? Because like you have like some, you have like Indians work for them, like Chinese people working for them,
Hmm.
and the time zone strategy or the time zone quality of us, like that's something that's very valuable to us, like in term, because people like that's very important to remember that right now, for example, it's around 5 o'clock in California, where like most of companies are right now. So, and that's like pretty much close to the time we have. So I think that's we are a very good source of professionals that like have like a good price for them and like have some very good jobs for us. Also, I would like you to maybe introduce ourselves, like to how was your path, like your personal path to start working for a American company? Because where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Cordoba, Argentina.
Oh, so you are from the same city as Erica,
There you
right?
go. Yes, it's right.
Oh,
Yeah, we
cool.
met
Yeah.
here in some I think it was a coffee or work work coffee. So yes, we are in the same industry. So that is very good.
Hmm. Hmm. So how was your path? Like, how was your like trajectory to get to your first job in United States, or I don't know which country? I think you said like United States. That's where you work for.
Yes, I'm working for United States, and well, I started in a software factory from here, from Cordoba, Argentina,
Hmm.
and this software factory locally, they work just with Argentinian clients, and before I started my university career, I studied English and I left because my university took a lot of time. So I left for a time. And when I started to work in IT industry, I retake the English classes. And well, I was 8 months, I think. 8 months, almost a year in the software factory from here, and after that, I started to look for a job abroad, and was I remember were so many interviews, and the first interviews I was like, yeah, I'm okay with English, I will be okay, and not no, what
Oh yeah.
was so difficult. The first interviews were really wrong.
Hmm.
I remember one with a girl from Puerto Rico, I think was the girl, and her English was amazing and pretty fast. The pronunciation was very amazing. I don't know, but at that moment I was like, I don't understand this girl. At the moment, I thought I was better in this,
Uh-huh.
because maybe I understood very well or I read very well different
Hmm.
things, but it was my first time in an interview, and
Hmm.
I think the context of a interview, it's a very tense situation, because you, first of all, it's very difficult to share your experience, your personality in few minutes,
Hmm. Hmm.
in a very short time.
Yeah.
And if you add it's not your mother tongue, you need to explain that in other tongue.
You are very exposed.
It's worse. So at that moment, I realized, well, I don't need to study more grammar. Maybe I need to practice my English,
Hmm. Hmm.
the speaking, just the speaking. And well, I started to practice my English with my speaking, and keep trying with the
Hmm.
interviews. I know,
And by the way, sorry to cut you, but what
right.
was like your strategy to practice your English, like right after you got those feedback? Like, how was your strategy to getting, like, did you get a course or what did you do?
Yeah, I keep in my English school practicing, and I joined to a group to practicing English. Was a little group. No, yes, that English school has a part of speaking, but mostly I practice it by myself, trying
Hmm.
to build a speech, um, always adapting that speech to the job or the job description.
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
Being a recruiter seems like it's all the same, but not all the companies need the same from a recruiter. So I try. Sometimes they haven't a JD or job description, but if they have a job description, you need to use to your favor, right? Trying to build or create your speech based on that, because the recruiter always needs to hear that
Hmm.
your experience is adapted to that what they need. So I practice it that not in the mirror, but
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
record it. The advice always is in the mirror, because you need to see yourself in
Yeah.
a piece.
Hmm.
But maybe we can you can start with a record
Hmm.
yourself to hear
Hmm.
you. When you hear yourself, you realize that you are very slow, or you are making so many mistakes, or whatever. You
Hmm.
realize hearing yourself. That
Yeah.
was that was my main strategy at that
Hmm.
moment, and trying.
Hmm.
Yes, accepting. I know we sometimes now as a recruiter now
Hmm.
for a foreign company, um, we say like, if you know you haven't that level of English, why you are applying? Um, but it's something that you need to do it, because you are exposing yourself to to do it. Don't be afraid to take or make that mistake.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, we constantly say that here in the community that I think the major problem is not the English itself, but being afraid of meeting several mistakes, because that's something that is first, that's like completely acceptable, and something, and second, it's like, I think just to set your own expectation. I always say to the community that you must go to the meeting expecting to commit like a lot of mistakes, like by speaking or like regarding pronunciation, grammar, and etc. Because that's just like your second language. So
Right.
you are like completely exposed. You're like nervous. There's a lot of things going on. So you need to be aware that you're going to commit a mistake, and that's fine. That's
Mhm.
completely fine. By the way, my following up question to you is like, so how often do you get like some candidates that just can't speak any English at all? And how do you deal with that? Like, or how do you filter them out of your uh, is is that like scanning process, right? So how how does that work when you get like somebody that you say, I'm sorry, but I just can't understand your English? How often does that happen?
Often, most that I like to. Well, first, so many tell me by message, I don't meet that requirement. I don't have um, the 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 level of English that you're requiring. The other day, I had a guy that told me, I don't think I have the level of English, but if you want, if you agree, I can do the interview anyway because
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I told him, yeah, okay, we can try, because the other thing is sometimes people say I don't have the level of English that you want, but they
Mm-hmm.
have it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they, I don't know. Um,
They just
yeah,
underestimate them so often. I
thank you.
always
That
say
was the
this.
word, underestimated themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that is not real. It's a bad perception of themselves, and they will be okay, because
Mm-hmm.
not all the roles need the same level of English. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe your role doesn't need bilingual level or something like that. So maybe you will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we know, sometimes we know that if you have a role of management, it's a management role, probably you will need to talk with everybody in the company, so you need a better level of English. But if not, you will be
Mm-hmm.
okay. So in that case, I told the guy it's okay, we can do it. He didn't pass the interview for the English, but I congrats him to try. Just keep trying. I told him the same as I said before. Just adapt your speech to the JD or something like that. Um, went well. We kept in touch, and
Mm-hmm.
with other people that doesn't meet the level of English that we need. Well, I depends of the person. I tell them in the same interview. Sometimes not everybody is prepared to hear you don't meet their requirements. If the person is very nice, like this guy that yes, I know this, I'm open to hear your feedback. Yes, I tell the people, well, we need this for this and this reason, and I don't think you will be okay, because you need to be comfortable in the daily basis, because you need to talk with different managers. You need to be prepared to hear different accents
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
English, because you don't know. Maybe you need a meeting with someone from California, other day with New Jersey or
Mm-hmm.
wherever, and will be very difficult for you day by day in this at this moment. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe in 6 months, you can talk with me again, and we can recheck this.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly, that is my answer to
Mm-hmm.
to this type of candidates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's very the thing that you mentioned about just by the way, guys, feel free to start raising your hands to make your own questions to Sophia. So because like as always, you guys can ask as well. Um, like we Brazilians, we, in my opinion, we care too much about the accents, right? I think we are. I'm talking like to mostly about myself. Like I used to care a lot about pronunciation and how my ex Brazilian accent's gonna stand out when I'm speaking. And but we just like need to realize that's like some very natural stuff. Like you have your accent, I have my accent. Everyone has like there's no way to
Yeah,
speak
of
like
course.
English without like any accent at all. So what happened is like you just have an accent from somewhere. Either it's like from a foreign country that's not the United States, or it's like even inside the United States, as you mentioned, like there's the Californian accent, like Arkansas in New York,
Texas. Yeah.
Texas. Yeah. So, by the way, there's a lady from Texas that at my work, I really struggle to understand what she's saying. Like, and you know, like I've been working for American companies for 6 years, and you know, like for some people, I just like there's no problem at all, but with her, I really struggle with, you know, like, and with this Australians as well. I feel like 100% uncomfortable to understand what they're saying,
Hmm.
but that happens. I think you just need to like to slow down and feel free, like to and feel comfortable to say like, can you repeat please, like 100 times if necessary.
Yeah,
So
even between, well, my boss and the boss of my boss. The boss of my boss, he has like he talk in a very close manner. So even between them, that they are American,
mhm.
nobody understand that guy. Like, please speak up. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that happened between them, and
Mhm.
you can imagine for us how is that.
Yeah, I was like talking to my boss about this lady that I like, okay, I can't understand what she's saying. Like, that's really hard to me. And then she said, Gabe, don't worry, nobody's understands her like too much. So, and then like when you realize that's not like your issue, that's
Hmm.
like, and that's not like an issue, that's just like a matter of understanding. Like even I imagine like in Argentina or like in Brazil, you have like several accents across the country, and sometimes it's really difficult to understand, not really difficult, but like it's just different how it's pronounced. But you know what, I don't know how you compare your Spanish with like the European Spanish, but for me, for example, the
Hmm.
Portuguese European Portuguese for me is like I don't understand a word. That's like a whole different language. So you speak to me in Spanish, I understand. Portuguese from Portugal, no way. I just can't have it.
It's funny. Yes,
Uh,
it's very very different. Yeah, between Spain or even between our provinces in
mhm,
Argentina. Uh,
mhm,
each of us we have different words that we need to learn what that means.
mhm.
So yes.
So let's open the mic for Pablo. Pablo wants to ask you a question. Go ahead, Pablo, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hello, Sofia. Hello, Gabe.
Hello.
So, yeah, this is, you guys can hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, basically, I was hearing you guys speaking about, Brazilians not being able to rely on themselves. I mean, sometimes when you have this call, like people, it's not a matter of not being able to speak in English. I think it's more like have the practical interview, skills to be able to participate on the interview, to be able to present themselves. I mean, even in Portuguese, if we don't, if we are not prepared to be interviewed by someone, we are not going to be able to speak well, to speak about our skills, about our life and the work that we have been doing. I mean, you need to be prepared for that. So it's not only the English itself. I
Mhm.
believe that most Brazilians who are studying, I mean, developing and so on, and they are preparing themselves for international positions. I believe they are prepared for, I mean, to speak in English, but I think they don't have enough confidence, and also maybe sometimes they are not well prepared for the interview itself. So I think this is something that I believe Gabe helps with his, I mean, his company, and is to prepare people to the interview. So if you are well prepared to be interviewed, to know what's required to that position and how to introduce and to link your experience to the requirements of that position, you are going to be able. And as Gabe said, like just by doing it, by trying it, you are going to see, oh my God, I messed up. But then next time you are okay. I know what I messed up last time. Now I'm going to do better, and so on and so on. So you have to risk yourself. You have to try. You are going to mess up sometimes. It's better if you do it in a well controlled place, like as Gabe has the training and the call with everyone. it's better to try there, because there you are going to be frozen. And then, I mean, this is it. I believe it's a matter of practicing, of trying, of speaking, and give it a try. And yeah, I'm just hearing here. I'm very happy for you to be here, Sophia. This is the first time that I'm participating on a call here. Gabe, I found you from LinkedIn. Very nice work that you have been doing, and it's amazing. Um, in my case, I have 13 years of experience in the oil and gas industry as an engineer. And what I'm trying to do is I want to do a transition to the development work, software development. I mean, doing the OD path to the JavaScript development and other course that the idea is to become a JavaScript developer, like full stack. I'm going to start with the front end and so on. So yeah, I just wanted to make this comment about confidence, about giving it a try, about practicing how to participate in interview, even if it was in Portuguese. You know, make
Mm.
your script, make how you would present yourself in Portuguese, and how you would align the requirements of the job, uh, speaking Portuguese. And then you can convert it and try to introduce. And as you mentioned, Sophia, in the mirror, you can speak and see, oh, I'm too slow, I'm too fast. And it's going to be nice. And that's it. You need to practice the interview itself, not only speak English. Because maybe in speak English, you already can speak English. Everyone here can speak English. You guys can understand us. So we can speak English. It's just a matter of practicing the interview process, how to be interviewed, how to answer,
Mm.
how to relate to the requirements, right? So that's it. I just wanted to make this comment, and thank you very
Yeah,
much for.
thanks so much. Pablo, do you work for any foreign company already, or are you seeking a
Yes,
job?
exactly. So I work for an oil and gas operator. It's from London, but I work in Rio, and it's Trident Energy. It's an oil and
Mhm.
gas company that bought some fields from Petrobras,
Uh-huh.
and I've been working for the oil and gas for the 13 years. I worked for Emerson, Schlumberger, and now in Trident for 6 years.
Mhm.
And what I'm doing now is this transition, like during the night, during this time when I arrive at home, I stud. So I'm studying like 2 to 4 hours per day,
Mhm.
and on the weekends also, to become a developer, to learn as much as I can. And that's it. That's the plan. For I'll be doing that for the next year or so. And
Mhm.
then I will start to apply for the position. I follow you, Gabe.
Uh-huh.
I get see all your tips. And
Thanks.
it's
Yeah, cool.
it's it's amazing. They are very, very fun, very nice posts. I really enjoy it. It's really nice. And
Great.
that's it.
Great.
That's the plan. And it's
Great.
great to have someone like Sophia here, and you guys to share the experience and to share how the process is. It's very
Uh-huh.
nice.
That's really cool. And Pablo, by the way, he has like an amazing English, and English for him is it's not an issue at all. It's visible, right? So,
Thank you very much.
yeah, and welcome to the community, Pablo. By the way, following up this point that Pablo mentioned, like he's transitioning to development, and so Sophia, the question I would make about regarding that is like, okay, you have a background that's like from the next area, or like some very specific field, you're like experienced on something else, and then you're migrating to like engineering or any other job that you're going to work with. So how do you use, like, how can you make use of your past experience and bring now to something that you are basically starting as a junior? So how can a candidate use that on his own favor?
Please use everything as you can. You always can take your previous experience for your next path. So when you, well, thank you, Pablo, to sharing that. When you were talking, I tried to find you on LinkedIn, but I couldn't find you. But anyway, after I can add you, because this is the thing. We have one of our bigger client. It's it's an oil and gas company.
Mhm, mhm.
So we used to have, I don't know which profiles or roles we have here. We are
We
talking.
have like everyone, like management, like from oil companies, like designers, engineers, everyone, pretty much.
Okay, let me ask something to all here. Anyone here knows if I said OT or operational technology? Anyone here knows which is?
I have no clue what that is, but does anyone know what that is?
Bruno.
Please put your hands up. Yes.
Bruno raised his
No?
hand.
Okay, so who is that? Like Kolb or is that you, Mateus? Do you know, Mateus, what that is? Okay, no one knows what.
No,
Okay,
Bruno Cole, he said.
Colby.
Bruno Colby, but my after name is Colby, and everybody call me Colby.
Oh, Bruno is from my city, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
need to
know
eat some
him.
ramen together.
Yeah, yeah, you owe me that lineman, right? So,
Just one?
yeah, right now, like some,
One from 37.
yeah.
Well,
So, do you know that is Bruno, like OT?
Yeah, I understand when she say, but it's first time I listening about this.
Okay, so what is that
okay.
about, Sofia? Because I have no clue what that is.
Maybe Pablo knows something, but it's related to not just oil and gas industry. It's about how to explain. It's about industrial engineer. It's
Mhm,
how the machines are program are being programming.
mhm,
Maybe in retail and minor oil and gas and different stuff like that.
mhm,
It's like
mhm,
they mix. So we used to have some search about OT plus IT.
mhm,
So I think if you have any experience with SCADA, PLC, ignition, that those are skills from this niche.
mhm,
It's very useful to put that on your LinkedIn profile, because
mhm,
if you used to work with this, maybe it's a factory role or more. It's not manual role, but it's more for a factory role or this type of worker. But
mhm,
you can mix that knowledge because you have this previous knowledge with your newest knowledge about programming, JavaScript, or whatever, and will be very valuable for this type of industries.
mhm, mhm,
So you can mix that. It's very
mhm,
important to, but if you don't put that experience on your LinkedIn profile, you will never be founded by
mhm,
recruiters.
mhm,
Because I had this big problem a few months ago because I searched for OT software engineers, OT cybersecurity engineers, and so many others, OT owner, blah blah blah, and maybe they have the experience because my work was, well, I always search in this type of companies, and maybe in a candy factories or minery factories, this type of roles, software
mhm,
engineers working currently in a miner.
mhm,
Um,
mhm,
so asking people, do you have this, and this? Yes, I have the experience because I am in the industry. Why don't you have this on LinkedIn? Because I don't think it's relevant. Yeah, it is.
mhm,
It's
mhm.
very relevant.
Yeah.
So just putting OT or this thing, maybe you will have better
Mhm,
opportunities or more opportunities because
mhm,
you have a mix of knowledge of skills that it's singular or
mhm,
particular skills. So you can use all this previous experience, not just the technical part. You can
mhm,
use the soft skills that you learned from your previous experience because maybe you was working in another field that's not IT, but maybe you manage people or you managed a project from scratch, or you needed to talk with C levels or decision makers in your
Mhm.
company
Mhm.
wasn't in IT, no IT previous experience, but you manage that part, or you have the skills, the communication skills to share a project, to share KPIs, metrics, or something like that, that you need a storytelling to share metrics, for example, and it is very valuable for your next
Mhm.
experience.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
that's a very general tip you're like an advice you're giving us because, by the way, I'm currently developing a tool that's going to help people because like sometimes we commit that mistake of we are just like filling up all the information on our LinkedIn, but sometimes there are some words that like are too obvious to have in there, and we just like, okay, so like why am I gonna put like software engineer here? Because like I have like JavaScript engineer, so I don't need. So in my opinion, you need like to have every single variant of possible variant of keywords you may have about your field. So I always give the example of like if you know spreadsheet, if you know about like using spreadsheet, you must have Excel, but you must also have like Google Sheets. Like so that's like a small example of how some terms are related because you understand about the field, but like for example, how to deal with CRMs, for example. How many CRMs are there on the market that you can use like the keyword like HubSpot, like Zoho, and etc.
mhm,
that you can like just place on your profile and people are going to search for that. Recently, we had a recruiter here on our community showing how she filter the candidates,
mhm.
and just by placing like a single keyword she was able like to filter out like 90% of the candidates, and like she was left like with like I don't know 6 candidates in Brazil just because she was like looking for a very specific word that no one had that like on their profile. So that's what I think I'm developing as a tool right now to help people like, look, this is what's missing on your profile as variants of the possible keywords you should have on your
Mhm.
profile. So people are going to find you. So that's like a very big issue. That's not like obvious to everyone. So, by the way, thanks so much for this advice. That's highly important. Mateus, please come and open your mic, join the.
Thank you, Gabe, again. Thank you for the opportunity again, and thank you for bringing Sofia for us, Gabe. Sofia, actually, I really have a question here about like I know that you are a recruiter. Thank you for that. And for you, what is the most important thing? I know that you like have a bunch of things that we need to adjust our LinkedIn's, being talking in English and everything. But for your opinion, what is the most important thing that we need to have even with the English, of course, but to understanding for you hire that, like hire the person, or like for we get know what we need to really to focus at when we are adjusting the things. I know, like again, I know that we need to. It's a bunch of things like the English, the LinkedIn, be really close with the keyword that we need to be searching from the persons. But for you, what is the most important thing for helping you guys find us like in the top level?
Prior the interview
Yeah,
to find you.
yeah,
I could say after your LinkedIn profile updated, I could say the interaction within the platform on LinkedIn, adding the correct people or people that share different posts. Sometimes the jobs are not shared by job section on LinkedIn. They are shared in the feed. So if you add recruiters, or if you are a software engineer, maybe tech leads or or different profiles related to what do you want to get, maybe they share something that's interesting for you, and you need to interact with the tool because you need to put like or comment something or share some achievements that you get, some courses or certifications or something about you. So that will give you visibility on the network, because maybe the platform works for first, second, and third connection visibility. So more friends. It's so Facebook. It's friends, but more friends or connections that you have on LinkedIn, more visibility you will have. So I think that it's a key. Maybe you have a perfect profile on LinkedIn, but you have 5 connections. Maybe you will never be find on there, because not every recruiter has a top LinkedIn recruiter tool or something premium stuff. Maybe they search in a common LinkedIn or in a light LinkedIn, so they have limits to see profiles.
Mhm.
If you are, I don't know, a connection of a profile that has so many 10,000 or more connections, you will be shown in the platform to all those connections. I don't know if
Yeah,
I,
no, I
I
think I got
explained.
it. It's more like the most important thing after, of course, the interviewing and like managing your LinkedIn is more like be visible for everyone. It's like we won't say, yeah, like to be really be how I can say, like have some actions inside of the LinkedIn where you can be found for another persons. Is that right? Like to
Yeah,
if I can
I
understand.
have connections. Try to have, I think, 500 will be, but you need to be like doing in day by day, adding people,
Mhm.
because you have a limit as well. If not, you will be banned for the platform because you consider as spam. But you can do it as you open Instagram or Twitter or, well, X now, something like that. You can open LinkedIn and see different posts interested for you and add people that sharing good stuff.
Mhm.
Oh,
That
nice.
is that is the way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks so much, Matheus, for bringing the question. And like also in the same question, so is there like any value in, so for example, you open a position. So if I send you a message to you, Sophia, you of course you cannot respond to all recruiters, but um, do you like usually respond to your to the direct messages you receive on LinkedIn, or is that like useless because sometimes you may receive like hundreds of DM? So how does that work on your end?
I try always to answer. I don't have 100 messages because mostly I just post which those profiles that I need applicants, or I'm not finding profiles because they haven't the keywords or something. So or the other thing is sometimes people put other country in their
Mhm.
profiles to get another opportunities, but I need Argentinians, for example, for
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
job. And maybe there is an Argentinian in Argentina, but they put Spain or something. But the guy see my post and talk to me, hey, I am in Argentina,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
want the interview. So yes, I see all the messages. Sometimes I don't know if you know, we have 2 inboxes. One it's
Mhm. Mhm.
like a
Mhm.
regular inbox, and the other it's a LinkedIn recruiter inbox. That it's more it's full always because I reach
Mhm.
people and people it's answering and asking questions. But if you reach me proactively, I will
Mhm.
see sooner because it's a different inbox. Always I always give an answer saying I don't have an open role for you right now, but we can keep in touch or
Mhm.
something like that. Or I get some hirings in that way
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I post one role, one opening, and sometimes the guy just add me, just send me a connection without say anything, and I reached the guy like, hey, I really like your profile. I think you match with this open role. Are you interested in? And the guy was, yeah, okay, we can do the interview, and he was hired. I don't know if his intention was to be to have visibility or not, but he had the interview. But yes, I think it's useful, and it's useful for to do networking. Sometimes I see something that it's we sometimes have recurrent roles. Maybe I don't know, data analyst. We don't have right now, but maybe in 1 month, yeah, we will have an opening because it's a recurrent role. So maybe you reach me right now. I don't have anything, but I can take your name, your profile to my database. The databases are real, and at least for me, I took notes for different people. So maybe we had an interview, but I don't know, you don't meet something, and I took notes for that, and I reach you again when I have the open.
Amazing. I will shortly open to Luan in the field and to Mateus as well, but I have another question. Quick question is like, so I would like you to explain how you as a recruiter, here's like the maybe the backstage information of open a position. So how do you receive like like, okay, we need someone in your company. So how do you get a request and open a request, and how in depth can you get Sofia to like to a technical search? You know what I mean? Like how, because I don't know, it might get you to certain level of technicality that sometimes you just don't know too much about, and because we don't know like about everything in the world. But how do you know if, for example, a good developer is going to be a good developer, or you just filter the personality, if that's like a good fit, a good cultural fit for the company? So how in depth do you go in the technical and in the personal in the first interview? That's the question.
Okay. Well, for the technical part, we used to talk with technical guys. That we have a technical interview with engineers, but sometimes they share like if a software engineer don't do deployments or didn't mentor a junior, or yeah, mostly that, or if they didn't get the requirements, well, it's not, it doesn't mean it's not good developer. It's not the expectations for the client, this client. So these different tips that they share with us are useful to know. Other case that I had in the past, I used to search for PHP developer with Falcon framework. It's very strange framework. And I remember the guy told me like, I don't know native PHP because it's not necessary or something like that. And the technical guy told me that is not real. That is weird. You need to know this. It's lying you. And well, I didn't know until that moment. So well, you're learning from technical guys and taking these different approaches. And for soft skills, I think it's the most important part for us and for most of the companies. One question that we used to do in the interviews is, how do you feel working in your team? Share a challenge situation that you had with the team. How did you do to overcome that situation? And you can see the attitude of the person, how deal with. I always remember a guy that told me, "No, I don't like the Scrum methodology because these little guys, like a young guys,
What?
talking, yeah." And what was a big wasn't old, but was a
Hmm.
adult developer, like old school. That is where this old school developer told me that, and I was like, wow. And after that, I asked something technical. I don't remember, but he told me like, well, I will explain. I will explain you because probably you don't know this. This work, this, and this. But the way that he told that was very like disrespectful, like
Hmm.
talking
Hmm.
from about
Yeah,
um,
very
do
rude.
very rude. Yes. So many people explain things to me, and it's perfect because I learned so much from the candidates explaining me different things. I ask
Hmm. Hmm.
questions that how this work. Can you explain me that? And people is very nice explaining me different technical things. But this guy was so. This guy didn't pass the interview because probably we'll have problems with the team.
Hmm.
It's very important have that. And Scrum methodology, Agile methodology, it's I think all companies are using this methodology, and it's very
Hmm.
important. Feel comfortable in your work as well.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Luan, please open your mic and bring your question.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Sophia. Uh, Thanks for being here with us. Um, I'm certainly don't know or have experience with OT or IoT, but if you ever need a designer who needs to explain beautifully what is OT and IoT, I'm your guy. Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah,
That is the attitude, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
sure.
attitude.
If you
Yeah,
ever
for
need a
sure.
designer, I'm your guy. Remember that.
Yeah.
My question
Great, great.
is pretty simple and straightforward. Do you feel like Brazilian professionals need to improve more in the hiring process with international teams or international companies, either or in terms of soft skills or in terms of knowledge? Do you have this feeling we need to show more a side or other?
That is a tricky question because everyone needs to improve, and at the same time, Brazil is a big country, so you have everything there. You will have people that need to improve technical part. I think Brazil it's very technical in that way. I think it's a big market with in fact, OT. I think it's the best country for OT experience in Latin America. I found a lot of profiles there. But for soft skills, it's the same for all countries because
Mhm.
it's like nowhere teach us how to look for a job, how to explain ourselves, how to communicate in a better manner. Because and if we talk about U.S. market or foreign market, but mostly U.S. market, they are they always goes to the point. They need the
Mhm.
answer, and we not. We
Mhm.
love to talk a lot of things
Yeah.
around, so we need to train so much for that to explain in 5 minutes, to answer in a correct manner.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes,
Uh,
I can share my LinkedIn profile.
yeah, please. That's gonna be very helpful. Yeah, you're gonna receive a lot of
I
invitations.
know.
uh, Before Mateus, I have like another question, really quick, which is that's more related to designing, to designers, which is my area. I'm a designer. So when you get like to hire a designer, do you, as a recruiter, that's like a question because I literally don't know. Um, do you ever get to like see the portfolios directly? Like, or do you have like selection of portfolios made by a other designer? So that's the question. Like, do you ever get to make a selection on the portfolio level, like, or only the profile personal level?
The times that I had search for designers was very difficult to get them because the portfolios, I didn't see the portfolios. I saw them, but I didn't see in a technical way, because maybe for me it was an amazing portfolio, but when I shared the profile with the manager or whoever do the view for that, was a no, this is shit or something.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I was learning about that, how to see that, but was very difficult to know when a portfolio it's
Yeah,
great portfolio.
that's very abstract, I think, for for the non-technical person to judge like a I don't know, like a portfolio. Sometimes like that's just
Yeah,
like that's not their field. Like to go and see like some techniques or something that's needed on that.
I think depends as well about how do you get the requirements for that role. Maybe if the technical guy or whoever wants, or the hiring manager or whoever wants the profile, if he explain you what he wants
Mm-hmm.
in a correct way, in detailed way,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I could filter that or see that. In
Mm-hmm.
that case, I didn't have that details, so what was very difficult to filter that.
Mm-hmm.
But always we can learn about that requirement. And as you have so many profiles for engineering specialized in different things, we have different niche recruiters. We
Mm-hmm.
have recruiters specialized for marketing roles, for designer roles, for sales roles,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you think about.
Perfect.
Mhm.
So let's open to Mateus. He's the next one who's going to bring the question. So, just so you know, Sophia, we are getting like to the final questions. So right now, guys, if you need like to raise your hand, feel free to raise your hand up to now. And by the way, Sophia, after 1 hour of call, we just got to 1 hour of call. You owe the call, right? So, uh, like you on the call. So that's the word. And like, feel free like to say, look, I gotta go. I have like an appointment. That's my limit. I gotta go. So because sometimes like we just keep going here. So feel
Yeah,
free to
you
just
can
say,
hear.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Mateus, please make your question.
Hi, can you listen me?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for this meeting. I have a question. What do you think is the best first message to a recruiter on LinkedIn? Like, do you prefer something more straight to the point? Like, I'm data analyst, my skills are these skills, I'm expert in these topics, or something more soft, more hi, nice to meet you, thank you for connection.
Depends what you want. No, if you want just do networking, it's more soft, like a hey, glad to be in your network or something like that. But if you want an interview, you need to go to the point. First, I advise to analyze the profile of the recruiter. If have a post about your profile, of if have an open role that match with your profile, that is the first things that you need to do. And if the recruiter have this type of role, you need to see the requirements, if and see if you meet them. In base of this, you need to create your message based on this open role that the recruiter have. If they don't have this, you need to put your technical skills. I am data analyst with Azure Stack, with your resume there attached. But if you put your technical skills, you will call the attention of the recruiter. If I have an open role with Azure Stack for data analyst, but I don't have published, but I have the open role, and you share with me the technical skills, yeah, I need this guy. Yeah, we need to arrange an interview today, tomorrow. So yeah, do that.
Okay, thanks.
One more question.
Yeah.
Last-
Now the last
last
one
one.
from Pablo. Thanks so much, Sofia, for staying here with us so far. Pablo, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight something that I thought it was very important that Sophia mentioned is to everyone. I mean, is not always she's going to receive the best, description for the position. Not all companies provides the best, keywords, the best description of what kind of employee they need. So that's how important it is for us to have a very, very nice profile with the best keywords. And mainly if you are looking for a specific position, you should, Gabe always say about that, you should always, have the nice keywords, the nice descriptions that must be as complete as possible, as you can, as descriptive as you can, because sometimes Sophia is going to receive something very kind of generic, very short, and she's going to have to figure out and so on. So by having a very complete profile with all the descriptions, keywords, very clear portfolio, it's going to help a lot in this case that the employer doesn't provide something very nice. And I guess this is it. And in terms of another key thing that was also posted by Gabe a few weeks ago on the workflow, on how to interact, on how to differentiate from others, is to actually have some premium LinkedIn, with the email, and apply for the positions and provide a message. As Sophia mentioned, she's going to receive this message in a separated box, and she's going to be looking for many different positions. And if we, as someone looking for a job, and we do a proactive work by sending this message just short and straight to the point about the position that you want her to have a look on, I'm sure that this is going to help a lot, right, Sophia? And for both. And yeah, I guess this is it. This is some nice takeaways that I got from you guys.
Thanks so much, Pablo, for bringing your notes here. By the way, thanks so much for collaborating. You brought a lot today. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. And I found you, Sophia, on the LinkedIn. I haven't added you.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, to close this amazing conversation with you guys, I would like to share and to summarize this in 2 points. That it's you have on your hands 2 things in your job search. First, it's your LinkedIn profile to be founded by recruiters. That's the first thing that you need to. And the second thing, it's U.S. market wants very well detailed resumes, because they used to use one page by job experience, by each job experience. There's too much for Latin America. At least here in Argentina, people do one page for all their careers. That is too short for them. So we always are fighting to close that bridge. So you always need to ask to the recruiter, what do you need? The short version or the extended version? That's very important, because throughout the process, the interview process, probably the hiring manager, if they need a solution architect, they will want to find solution architect as a job title in your resume, and all the tasks that you made as a solution architect, not
Mhm.
just like a Azure DevOps. This like a little bullet points with little words, 2 words or 2 lines, because they don't know what do you improve or what did you do, or so that is the key for your job search. LinkedIn profile and the resume very complete for the hiring managers.
Amazing. Yeah, that's a very freaking good advice, by the way. Yeah. What would say like last question, I promise. What would say like it's like the let's say you don't get a response from the recruiter. So what should you be sending as a default resume, like the extended one, or I don't know, or the shortest one? What you would say like as a default? Maybe the extended one with like more keywords.
For what I do with the candidates.
No, sorry. I just asked it like, so you just said that you should ask the recruiter whether like you should be sending the extended or
Mhm.
the summarized resume CV. So what
Yeah.
if, yeah, so what is like the defaults? There are default, or you should be always asking for that.
I'm asking always for extended version
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
because this client wants extended version,
mm-hmm,
more detail. It's better. Uh, if I send a resume with 2 lines for each
mm-hmm.
job experience, they don't read it.
Okay,
It's a
amazing.
it's a rejection,
Mm-hmm.
of course, for
And
sure.
also there's the ATS platforms that is going to like use that
Mhm.
information to filter you. So
Yeah.
yeah. So thanks so much, Sophia, for joining us today. That was very special, very generous from you. Thanks also to Erica. She's like watching us here today.
Yeah,
And
thank you to her to give this community, to share this community with me, and to do the connection between us. Thank you to Erica.
yeah, and feel free like to join us in any further conversation you want. Is there like do you give any consultancy or any kind of mentoring with candidates? If you do, you can like just share here right now. Or
Yes, I'm doing a consultancy and mentoring, mostly for LinkedIn profiles and resumes to update or to see what do you need,
Mhm,
or what is your problem if you are not getting the first interview, or you have the first interview but not passing the first or not passing the second, or to see what is the problem there.
mhm.
So yes, I'm doing that. If they want to ask me, I open.
Perfect. Yeah, guys. So we have like one more person here, one recruiter, because that's not always that we have recruiters who help candidates. So here's Sophia who can help you. Please go to her LinkedIn and ask for further advice if you need to. So thanks again, Sophia. Feel free to come back again. We were very pleased to have you here today. Thanks so much.
No, thank you to you and all of you to hear me today.
Yeah, I hope to get to visit you and Erica to eat some empanadas in there.
Thank
See you.
you.
Bye.
See you.
Thank you, Sophia. See you.